that they don't want to admit. We all want to talk about these woke concepts and how we're supposed to act, but that's not how we really act. The same way the one girl, she made a great point about how like girls would be straightforward and they don't do that. They don't do that. If I just met you on the street, how I'm gonna tell you that I'm so interested in you taking me out and you take me serious? It's either gonna be a response or a curve. And that's just what it is. That's another point.
I do agree. I think, yeah, Al, you always have represented in conversations that like people are not going to say what's really on.
They're never gonna say what the real thing is.
Men and women alike are always going to, like when Ben asked the question, everyone had license to say the truth or that it wasn't, like people always will do that. And I feel like what happens in these conversations when we're talking about things that are, which I think we actually have a way of going past as mature people, like these are sensitive conversations, right? I mean, that idea goes a lot deeper than what's actually happening between us and all the liquor and all this stuff. But when you really get to the bottom of it, people are touched, triggered, right? Like, because where we're at, when I talked to Ben about this, he was saying, you guys need to talk about this in terms of like where you are and be comfortable with that. That's how we announced this. And I was like, I have trouble with that. Like I have trouble actually saying how I feel as a man. Because I know other things. I know, of course, like global perspectives, but I have trouble actually saying how I feel right now in my life. And that's something that I think we have to do a lot better in terms of having like real dialogue.
See, me, I don't have like a problem because like I'm not good at lying. So like my facade, and you can see right through what I'm doing. So like I'm a clown, so I'm gonna say whatever it is, right or wrong. Like I'm gonna spit whatever comes out, first. So like for me, it's easy to say like what's really going on because I know for a fact that people just try to put on this facade, but like I'm here, like I know what's really going on. When you're dealing with women, there is no solution. The only win-all solution, you gotta be Trey Songz or Chris Brown. No, real talk.
That's not a solution. You know
that's
that.
Not a solution.
That's
you're
not
not.
a solution.
But that's the only way that you're gonna always win. But if it comes to terms, there's no 100% hit rate. Like you're never gonna walk on the street and holler at 10 women, and you're gonna get all 10.
But that's the
you're
issue.
Never gonna interact. But what I'm saying is, the thing that they try to make it like it's always about being upfront and honest, but sometimes we upfront and honest. I'll be getting mad sometimes when see the reason why it's like maybe it's insecurity, but like I'll be feeling like if I get my time not necessarily wasted, but they don't appreciate when I'm offering my side because I'm like I don't never talk about the next man, but I know I'm probably better than what a lot of things is going on out here. So you're not, what I'm saying, you brushing me off like I'm regular. I ain't gonna let nobody daughter try to treat me like I'm some regular motherfucker.
And that's I mean, when we ever get down to it, that's the whole idea behind.
But they don't know.
Well, it's they, us. There's always a level of ignorance around the entire conversation. We are all going to have this conversation forever because we all of us cannot do one simple thing, which is just listen. Like we can't because we want to be heard.
Without listening. That's
that dichotomy that we can't seem to find a way around, but we can if we, I think these conversations do things that we were doing in college when we were like, after the party was done, and we weren't trying to bag or we weren't trying to cuff and all this stuff.
When you're not about to make no advance.
You are not about to out. You're with your feet, like you're with female friends and male friends, and everyone's having conversations about what's real. That's what happened in that room today.
A lot of times it does end up, when people open and honest, you find out like then somebody that you thought was platonic, they was probably interested because they, but those are the type of scenarios where women fall in love with your logic. But when we talking about off the street, I know you ain't talking about I'm gonna walk up to a girl and she gonna be, oh my God, I'm in love with your intellect off of a 2-second exchange.
Can I just say that's one of my issues? Like every single time I say like, oh, I'm an educator or something like that, I feel as if it's always like and then we were just talking about this, right? Like the bare minimum. Like the bare minimum is for me to be educated as a black man. Like that's the bare minimum. Right. To have a job that means something.
Oh, what you mean you're doing good? Everybody's supposed to be doing good.
Like yeah. So like I don't even want to hear.
You're supposed to be involved.
You know what I'm saying? So like all these different parts of it is like again that idea of honesty. And I think the reason I came in today was because I want to practice being more. I'm terrible. I can't lie just like you. I'm a terrible liar. But I also cannot be, and I don't want to say brutally honest, but I'm bad at being honest. I'm bad at saying what's actually on my mind at that time because I always want to say what's right, which is a problem.
It's always gonna be in a gray area for me. Like I said, I'm the same way. I'm gonna say whatever, and it's gonna be wrong.
Yes, you
right?
are.
I'm gonna get in trouble with it. That's just who I am.
Yes, you are.
So my charm is that you're gonna get this Al. Like that's what I'm doing. So you gonna have to accept it, or you gonna have to push past it. But you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to hear me because I'm gonna say my piece. I'm a chat. Like that's just what it is. So it's like, yo, when I'm trying to be myself, you gonna do it is. I know for a fact what's going on, and I know that what everybody be trying to put on, that's just not what it is. And it's always gonna be. We're all trying to evolve, and we're trying to talk about what we speak in terms of what we would like. It's never gonna be like that though. It's always gonna be a gray area. I came in that because I just want to know, like this is a gray area. Everybody's not looking for a relationship. Everybody's not looking to get married. Huh? You think everybody's looking for love?
Everyone. No. I don't want to go into all the different nomenclature behind it. Everyone is looking to be accepted and validated for the rest of their lives.
You think right now everybody's looking for love?
In a certain way or form, even if you are looking away from that, you are looking for acceptance and validation. Every human, I think it's a human need. To not need acceptance and validation is like.
But is that in the form of
being?
Is that in the form of having a girlfriend?
Is that what you choose? I mean, I don't have a girlfriend right now, but I feel accepted and validated by, and still immaturely of me, by women advancing on me and things like that. Like
I do, yeah. There is a sense of validation.
We get that from different places.
I get tight about that. That's my thing. It's like sometimes I feel like, what you mean? You like it's not about you. It's like nothing to do with, but if they waste my time, I feel like I'm playing or they come at me disrespect, I'll be like, oh, like I'm not one of these dudes out here. Like I'm in a percentile of my own. I'm doing what I'm doing. So address me as such. I'm coming to you respectful. I know I'm doing good for myself. Don't treat me. I'm not treating you like you regular. I'm treating you with respect off the assumption of how I met you. And I that's when you get it messed up. Is because I'm assuming that she knows who she fucking.
But that's why this conversation was had.
Right.
Because every single time it is about, and I was saying this earlier, it's the idea that when we generalize, we do it so easily because it takes 5 people to say something to you and you think it's true. If 5 people tell you the same thing, you think it's true. We say, oh, every single dude, every single girl, every single woman, every single this and the third, when we literally only had like 5 interactions in that way.
Right.
Generalizations get to the point where, like, we couldn't talk about chivalry today, even though we did the entire time. We couldn't stay on the topic because so many things come into that topic.
Well, chivalry is because.
To interrupt y'all real quick, just wrapping it up because Kim's almost out.
Chivalry is switched because girls wanted that. That's my fault though. I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to I was already triggering mad people, but chivalry, the reason why chivalry died is because it created expectation, and the expectation is followed by some, and then there's some people that don't follow expectation and they still win. Winning has not equated to using expectation. So if girls want to keep kicking this noise, it's a bunch of people that's not being respectful, that's treating them like dirt, that's winning. It's up to the dude about what you value, but there's so many ways to quote unquote win certain females that you can't tell me what's right. I feel like respecting women, and I feel like doing the right things, and I feel like being who I am. It's gonna work or it's not gonna work, but some dudes feel like that's not, and it's working. So how am I gonna literally tell somebody to switch it up if it's working?
At the end of the day, it's always gonna be an issue if we see it as a battle. That's why I leave it. If it's ever like, if it sounds like I have to beat, win, lose, all that,
Beat, bomb,
there's
kill, chip.
You can cut right there.
You can cut right there. I don't like that one. We should make a professional.